Like, girl, you need to go home and you need to get dressed and you need to just clean up a little bit and then just come meet us for brunch because you're tripping. That's what it's like. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr, and on this channel we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So, if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. Hola a todos y bienvenidos a mi canal Oblong Polka Dots. Me llamo Kerr y en este canal hablamos de maquillaje, cuidado de piel y belleza. Entonces, si eso es algo que te gusta, has venido al lugar correcto. Tenemos muchos fragrances. We have a lot of perfumes and we have 5. I tend to do these trays with 5 fragrances. So this is our tray for the week, and as you can see, 4 of them still have the plastic on them. So I grab my little scissors and I'm going to cut the plastic off. I'll do it off camera so it doesn't make a ton of noise, so give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, I got the plastic off and it was loud as predicted. So let's see, we're gonna hop in here. I'm just gonna grab these little cards where I wrote the notes one by one. So this first one that we have is the Paris Hilton Dazzle Eau de Parfum. I don't know if you you see that? Oh, there it goes. That's better. Okay, so we have the Paris Hilton Dazzle Eau de Parfum, and the top notes are sour cherry, red apple, peach. The mid.
I realized something. It's been 2 days since Amari's birthday.
Can we talk about it after I'm done filming?
Sure.
Great. Middle note is orchid, violet, orange blossom. Base is vanilla, champagne, patchouli, and musk. And then for the main accords, we have sweet, fruity, cherry, vanilla, powdery, nutty, champagne, patchouli, almond, and floral. I've never smelled this before, so I do want to spray it. And you can see that the box has Paris Hilton on the front. And then you take it and you slide the little sleeve off. And then here's what the box itself looks like without the sleeve. It's got a pink and, how do you call that? It's like a little pink and white argyle kind of pattern, sort of. And it like fades at the top and the bottom. Let's see. Let's just see. Ooh, look at that. It looks like a little something, like a little crystal, a little diamond or something like that. And it's got the little kind of crystals or whatever it is that's here on the outside along the rim. It's pretty heavy for such a small bottle too. It's deceptively heavy. Let's see. This lid, like, it's heavy. All right, let's see what this smells like, you guys. We're gonna spray it on the card. Ooh, I definitely smell peach for sure. Like, almost like peach rings. You know that candy, the peach ring candy? But it dries down quickly into a more musky sort of powdery. There's vanilla. You know what this reminds me of? It's not the same, but it puts me in the mind of Dolce & Gabbana's Flower Bomb. No, excuse me, Victor and Rolf's Flower Bomb. Sorry, Victor and Rolf. Yeah. That would be the closest I can say that this would come to another fragrance if you were looking for something like kind of to figure out what the DNA is like. So it's a little bit screechy. It's a little bit like psh, psh, smack you in the face, sort of. But the dry down is starting to chill out a little bit. But yeah, this is not a refined fragrance at all. Especially compared to a lot of the other brands that I really enjoy, especially niche brands. This one is just not as refined. Doesn't mean it's not good. So I do think there's sour cherry in there for sure, but it's not as pronounced as I thought it would be. And I think that the red apple is lost because the peach is so like dominant compared to the red apple. But let me think. Yeah, I guess you could say there's champagne. Not a very good champagne, but there is champagne. Definitely there's patchouli, and I would venture to say it's the dirty patchouli, the kind of like earthy, hippie patchouli. Not necessarily in a bad way, but certainly it's like if you are not already a fan of patchouli, just skip this. You're not gonna like it. Um, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what I think of this. It does give a very nutty vibe for sure, and I would say it's a sweet vibe, but mostly I would put this in more of a nutty, almondy kind of arena, so to speak. So that is Paris Hilton Dazzle Eau de Parfum. Next up, let's see. This is a clone or a dupe, and this is from the brand Oakcha, and they only, to my knowledge, make Extrait de Parfums. So this one is called Akimbo. So Oakcha Akimbo Extrait de Parfum. Top note is green apple, violet leaf, pink pepper, bergamot. Mid notes are rose, styrax, sandalwood. Base is peach, cassis, amber, ylang ylang. And then the main accords are fruity, citrus, woody, powdery, musky, floral, fresh, soft, spicy, amber, green. And I got that not from Fragrantica about this specific fragrance, but from Fragrantica about the fragrance it's duping. So this is duping Creed's Aventus for Her. And those are the main accords of Creed Aventus for Her. I've smelled Creed Aventus for Her, and I would say that this fragrance, oh, I didn't even show you the box. I'm sorry, guys. So when you buy these fragrances, I believe they all come in the same kind of box, and it's got the little magnetic side, and it has the little ribbon here where you can just pull it open. And then there's some information that's on the inside of the box as well. And then here's the bottle. I think their biggest bottles are like 100 mils. I'm pretty sure of it. So I got the 50 ml bottle. And yes, I would say this is similar to Creed's Aventus for Her. I can see where they were going with it. But to me, Creed Aventus for Her is a little more, I don't want to say aquatic, because I think this is definitely like aquatic. But I would say that Creed Aventus for Her is a little closer to what you would imagine snow melting in the mountains to smell like, with the cedars and the pines and the, going snowshoeing. And I think of that fragrance as being closer to truly what I would interpret they were trying to get at. This one smells really good too. Don't get me wrong. This is a really nice fragrance. So yes, I do smell. Let me grab those notes real quick. So, and the lid is really light, by the way. The bottle's not heavy either. So yes, I do smell the green apple for sure. And it definitely has ylang ylang. And anything with bergamot and pink pepper, I'm going to love. And I can definitely smell the bergamot. And I'm picking up a little bit of the pink pepper, but the bergamot for sure. It's a beautiful scent. It's a really nice fragrance. I just don't know if I personally would compare this to Creed Aventus for Her. Like, if you guys can get a decant or you can go and smell it, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. If you're able to compare these two, it's close. It is close, but it's not that. So this is from Oakcha, and it is called Akimbo. Next up we have, what do we have next? All right, we have Britney Spears' Prerogative, and that is this one right here. That's the box that it comes in. Let's take it out of the box. I can't remember exactly why I ended up buying this perfume, but I do believe that I was either watching somebody else's channel or it was in like a recommendations. If you like this, then you might like this, like one of those deals. So this is what the bottle looks like. And I think all of Britney Spears bottles have that kind of like off-center sort of cantilever look to them. And then this is the lid. and let's talk about it. So again, Britney Spears Prerogative. It's an eau de parfum, and top notes are apricot, goji berries, and pink pepper. Middle notes are coffee, saffron, red lily. Base is sandalwood and amberwood. Main accords are warm, spicy, coffee, fruity, woody, powdery, amber, soft, spicy, lactonic, and sweet. And since I've never smelled this before, I'm going to go ahead and spray it on the cod here. Oh, wow. It's definitely sweet. Like, very sweet. But it smells like something familiar to me. Like something I've smelled before. Like a... I can't put my finger on it. But it's very familiar to me. Very. And I like it, actually. Let's check out the dry down. Yes. Yes, this is a fragrance I can wear easily. This is an easy grab for sure. It's not going to offend anybody. It does smell a little bit juvenile, so I would say that if you have like a younger person in your life, say even a middle schooler or a teenager, and they're just starting off with perfume, this would be okay for them to use. They can douse themselves with it and, you know, pretty much bomb out the place, but I suspect that it's not going to last for long, so this would be a really good starter fragrance for somebody that's young. I've eaten goji berries before, and I can see where they're coming from. I do smell the goji berries in this, definitely. I don't smell any coffee. None. Zero. And the saffron that's in this, yes, I do smell saffron, which is nice. Very nice. I would say if I had to compare sandalwood to amberwood in the base, it's the amberwood I'm picking up before the sandalwood. So it's not as dry a fragrance as it could be, or as I thought it might be when I was reading the notes. I wouldn't really call this a warm spicy, even though they are describing the main accords as a warm spicy, but I would say it's a fruity, woody, sweet amber fragrance. Those are the accords I'm definitely picking up. This is a really great perfume. This is fantastic, you guys. This is not going to offend anybody. It's an easy reach. Yeah, see? It's got a lovely dry down. I can imagine that this fragrance would be close to the skin. I don't think it's going to have a lot of projection or sillage unless you absolutely drown yourself in it. And even then, you would have to take this bottle with you to kind of spray throughout the day. I imagine this fragrance, because I've smelled fragrances that are similar to this, to probably last for a good hour before you realize it's gone. Maybe a couple hours. But I like fragrances like this. You can wear this places where people, you know, may not necessarily, like it may not be appropriate to wear a lot of fragrance. So this is an easy reach. It smells sweet. It's fruity. I like it. Again, this is Britney Spears Prerogative Eau de Parfum. Next up, we have Burberry Her Eau de Parfum. And let me grab the card real quick. So that's this one. This is Burberry Her Eau de Parfum. And you know I am a Burberry girl. I think that in my collection, if I had to kind of look at all the fragrances I have, by far, I have more Burberry than anything else, aside from Lattafa. So I have a million Lattafa bottles at this point. I don't even know how that happened, because this is the first year I ever smelled anything by Lattafa. But here we are. But Burberry, I have a ton of these. I love Burberry. I love the DNA. I love the fragrance house. It's fantastic. So let's take a look at this bottle. I know this is a classic. It's been around for a long time for a reason, you guys. You know that I wear the Burberry London Dream constantly, so I was glad to pick up the Eau de Parfum. I've smelled this before, I just didn't buy it before, and yeah, see, I knew I would love this. Let's get into this real quick. So, Burberry Her Eau de Parfum, and top notes are strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, sour cherry, black currant, mandarin orange, lemon. Middle note is violet and jasmine. Base is musk, vanilla, cashmeran, woody notes, oak moss, amber, and patchouli. I'm going to spray this. I already know I like it, but we're going to spray it anyways. And I really love the atomizers of the Burberry fragrances. I think they're fantastic. They give a nice, strong spray where you can just push you can depress the button once and just get the whole like, you know what I mean? Love that. This is beautiful. This is a grown-up fruity. This is a grown-up fruity, sort of woody, fresh. I didn't even write the main accords down, you guys. It's so funny. But I can tell you for sure, this is fruity. This is woody. It has a slight powdery dry down with that amber for sure. I think the vanilla is so well balanced. It's not overdone. And the patchouli is that friendly kind of patchouli. It's not going to offend anybody. It's really just hanging out, you know, kind of playing well with others. It's not being dominant at all. Oh, this is so beautiful. The raspberry. My goodness. I think it's the raspberry in this fragrance that really draws me in. And in the dry down, you can still smell it. It's still there. It's not a synthetic raspberry smell. It smells like the genuine, real deal fruit, berry that you would buy at the store and eat. That's the kind of raspberry I'm smelling. This is a beautiful fragrance. It is blended so well. There's nothing about it that's screechy. There's really nothing about it that can offend anyone. It's an attractive fragrance. If you're wearing this, people will be drawn to you. It smells, like I mentioned before, grown up. So this is definitely not a young person fragrance, but I would say if you are a professional in your 20s and you're working in an office setting or even in the field, this is a really great fragrance. I love it. It's beautiful. I'm so glad I have it. I think my only regret is I should have bought the bigger bottle. It's okay though. So this is Burberry Her Eau de Parfum. And then lastly, we have Burberry Her Elixir Eau de Parfum. I smelled this in store and I grabbed it immediately. There was no hesitation at all. I was shopping for something completely different. And when I picked this up and I got to smell it, I was like, yeah, I'll be buying that. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is, to me, this is a beautiful sister to the Burberry Her Eau de Parfum. This is the sister that does like to go out for drinks. Well, actually, let's get into this real quick, you guys. Come on. So Burberry Her Elixir Eau de Parfum. Top note is strawberry, blackberry. Mid is jasmine. Base is vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. Main accords are fruity, sweet, vanilla, powdery, amber, woody, and white floral. So like I was going to say, this is Burberry Her's sister. So Burberry Her, right? She has done everything she was supposed to. She finished college. She got her degree. She got this great job after doing her internship with this company. She's working with the firm. You know, she's doing her thing. She's kind of like buckling down, learning everything she can, meeting with her mentors, and, you know, doing the best she can to show that she's really good at her job. And, you know, she doesn't really go out very much, although she has friends, likes to hang out sometimes, but she's very serious. She's at home always trying to figure out ways to better herself, right? You know, reading her self-help books and all that other fun stuff. And this is her sister. And she's also, you know, a fantastic, you know, kid, but she didn't quite know what she wanted to do for college. So, you know, she has some of the, she has some credits under her belt, enough that she could have finished, but she just couldn't quite figure it out. So she didn't really finish college, but that's okay. Because she's so social, and, you know, people really just like her personality a lot, she was able to really get a lot of opportunities. And, you know, she will go out to happy hour after work. She doesn't mind that, you know, in her job, there's some things that she still needs to learn. She might stumble a little bit, but she's still, you know, she's advancing and she's doing everything she can to, you know, prove her mettle. And people just like her. They just enjoy her company. There's something about her that, you know, they gravitate towards, even though they can't put their finger on it. She's a little bit quirky, a little bit weird, but that's okay because she's just delightful. She's delightful. She really can't offend anyone. She's never met anyone that's not a friend. One of those types. So Love it. This is fresh. This is fruity. This is sweet. It's not juvenile, but it is still youthful. It's still, full of hope and excitement and, dreams for the future. That's what this is. And I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so that is Burberry Her Elixir du Parfum. All right, guys, that is my tray for this week. I do predict that of these fragrances, this is the one that's probably going to end up on Mercari because I just need to play with it. I think that it's almost like it can't figure out if it wants to be sophisticated or if it wants to be chill. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those fragrances. I did spray it, so let's see if we can get a little oxygen in there and see if it settles down a little bit. But the other four, I already love them. I already do. And I already told you about Burberry and how I feel about Burberry. And this Oakcha one, I picked this up because Jackie Ina had mentioned it in one of her Instagram videos, and she's right. It does smell amazing. I really do like it. It's not Creed Aventus for her, but it smells good. Know what I'm saying? So those are the 5 fragrances for the tray for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.